Okay, is it working? Let's see. I'm back. It's waiting. All right. Let me see if I can get this rest of this in here working. Hi. That's not it. That's it. Yeah, I can do a thing. I did a thing. At least one a thing. Okay. I'm gonna try and be consistent. I can't guarantee this will be an everyday thing, consistent, but I'm gonna try and be consistently. I'm just gonna be inconsistent, probably. That's okay. So let's see. Today was a wonderfully beautiful day out. It was so pretty. So I had to go outside and take some pictures of the weather changing. I don't know if I see one person joined in chat. That's a hello. I moved my camera and I'm not sure if that's how I want to do it or not. Maybe. I'm thinking about how to situate the cameras around if I want to try and point one way and another way. But I'm not sure how I want to handle that. I think I got it sorted out where I'm actually going to literally get alerts when I get a follow now, maybe? So I will know, so I can thank people instead of last stream where I had absolutely no idea that I got follows and I was like super confused about that. I didn't know and I felt like an asshole because I didn't say, hey, thanks for the follow, because I saw them in chat, which was probably like super confusing. And now I'm just being awkward. This is why I hesitate to do this. So anyway. I redid, so I did, that should be good. That should be good. Maybe. Possibly. I don't have a game to play right now. I guess I can look through and see what games possibly could work that I could play on the laptop. But I'm not really sure I want to. I don't know how good I would be at doing that, like playing and then keeping up with chat. I'm so bad at that multitasking. Like mega bad at multitasking. So I changed my background picture here because it is now time for the fall. That's what was outside today. So I went out and did some pictures, took some pictures, did some pictures. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Didn't you know? Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's okay. So, it's fall, and some people have snow, and that is not. I'm glad I don't have that right now. I never want the snow. Again, without that. But I'm sure it will happen. So I don't really have any planned sort of conversation about that. I don't have a conversation planned for anything. I was just going to see who wanted to come hang out. If they don't want to come hang out, that's okay too. It's probably a bad time because there's probably people are doing like dinner stuff. So that's probably a bad time for me to start and stream. And that's okay too. But I want to be consistent for myself. So I am making mental notes on what I want to do and what I want to do going forward. So super awkward, and that's cool. And I will just do that. So, yep. More like, I guess not, I didn't have a stream topic picked. So it was more like, hey, if someone wants to come hang out, they can come hang out. But I didn't really have anything planned. So it's more like that. It's awkward. Awkward. I'm really good at being awkward though. I'm gonna remain as such and keep true to character. I don't really have a topic to talk about. It's Thursday and it's almost the end of the week, which is super cool. Because then I can pretend that I have a weekend off without things to do. But I don't think anybody really does, do they? That's part of like being an adult. Okay, let me see. What do I have that I can play on here? What do I have that I can do here? I wonder if there's something that I can download and play here. I don't think there is though. I have Fallout on this computer, but I do not it's not really playable on the laptop. So that's unfortunate. It was nice to catch up with some people that joined in chat yesterday that I haven't talked to in a really long time, so it was nice to see them. It had been a while, and so that was nice. I was happy that they came to hang out, and I was happy for some new followers that came to hang out. Even if they couldn't stay or didn't stay, that's okay too. But I didn't have any plans. It was very obvious. Probably very obvious. But if anybody, you know. Oh well. This is fine. I am going to just look at and wait and see if anybody wants to come and hang out and look at these settings. I feel so tech illiterate to this. This is so awkward. I feel so tech illiterate. I should not be this tech illiterate. I used to know how all this worked, and then so many things just changed. So I was trying to figure all of this out, and it's like, holy smokes, are you serious? Why was this so different now? Like, everything seems like so much more complicated than it used to be. But that's okay. Indeed. You just have to roll with it and figure out what is going on now. That's okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait and see if anybody does show up, wants to chat and talk, and that's cool. If we don't, then I'm just gonna go take care of other stuff. It's probably best to not do on screen. I wonder what kind of stuff could I play up here. I do have some stuff installed on here. Probably should uninstall some of these games on here that I'm not going to play. If I'm not going to play them, then I'll save the hard drive space. Maybe I'll do like a different sort of game. I got to try and figure out what actually will work on this not so awesome Wi-Fi on here. The Wi-Fi's really, the connection isn't so awesome, which is fine for what I want, probably. But if you're trying to like game or something, it's not gonna work. So probably best to uninstall most of this stuff and then not be able to focus on something else. I bet that I could do something, but I don't know how reliable the internet would be for that, and that would kind of suck. So I'm gonna give it another little bit, and if anybody shows up and wants to chat or hang out, that's cool, and we can. But if not, I'm just gonna go get lost in some other stuff. And it's cool. I understand. When you don't have a very consistent streaming schedule and you don't have like a lot of, you don't have anything planned out, it makes sense. I'm trying to see what would run on here. I'm not sure what's going to run on here. I could do... I'd have to download it and install it. Maybe I'll do that for next time. Maybe I'll have something that I can play. But if I play it, then I'm not going to really see people. Like, I'm not going to know if someone joins in chat or something, so I won't know. Which is fine. Again, this is fine. Don't worry about it. This is okay. Everything is fine. This is okay. Why does it do the flickering on the thing? This is fine, though. It is okay. But anyway, yeah. I'll give it another couple of minutes, but I don't want to sit out and awkwardly talk to myself on the camera. I don't need that to make me even more awkward than I already am. I don't actually really talk to myself in that capacity, to be fair. I'm not actually that awkward. That feels kind of weird. Actually, right now, I think I'm being that awkward, but that's okay. I'm waiting to see. Just in case. Maybe we will I don't even know why my Steam is not even showing me, like, stuff. It's only showing me games I have installed. Which is okay. But I think I have to swap over to have a delay if I want to try and, if I have a delay, then it'll be easier for me to download. But yesterday I think I tanked my Wi-Fi when I went to go download Update Fallout on here. And that tanked my thing, which is very unfortunate. Okay, what do we got? That's fine. I could... or not. That's okay. Gosh, I think that, oh man, I think that low latency mode is what it's doing it. I think that's what it's doing it. Maybe if I put to normal latency, if there's a delay, it'll be better. It really is quite laggy, I think. That's fine, though. This is okay. I keep telling myself. Oh, gosh. I think it's totally just not functioning at all anymore, is it? That's awesome. Well, that's unfortunate. Huh. Is it working now? Is it working now? Is it working now? Is it working now? Is it showing up now? Ah, gosh. Well, I guess that's the point. That's the problem with the Wi-Fi. I see. Is there someone in chat? It's a bad time, I know. It's a terrible time. I think my timing is just always bad. Maybe if my timing wasn't so bad. Which is fine. Again, this is fine. This is fine. Don't worry. It's no worries. I don't know why that camera's flickering. Is that really just like that bad? Is it really Wi-Fi really that bad? I've never had like Wi-Fi for like broadcast before. Is it really that bad? That's shocking to me. A landline is a thing. It feels like it's a necessary thing, huh? All right. I guess it seems like that's a thing that I should probably, I don't know. I feel like maybe it would be better if there was a landline, but I really don't know. Maybe it's just, I don't know what else could change the connection issues or impact the connection issues. Maybe it's just a bad Wi-Fi signal, but it shouldn't be that bad. Oh, there's my creaky chair. That's not awkward at all. There it goes again. It keeps flashing in and out. Yuck. Hey, I see you in chat. I'm actually waving, which is like more awkward than saying hi. Because you can't. I mean, you can see me waving, but I can't see you waving back. That's so stupid. I am so stupid. That's awkward. That's par for the course. So talk to me. Tell me what's going on, please. I don't want to talk to myself. It's just me talking to myself. Are you waving back? I believe you. I believe you. I don't know what to talk about. I was thinking about how clothing is stupid. Not because clothing itself is stupid, but the clothing that they make for women and the clothing that they make for men is stupid. And basically, I'm specifically calling out pants. So if a dude clothing is if a dude, I have my, oh my gosh, this camera here, I will point it out because it's one of my favorite shirts, but my camera keeps moving. There we go. It's my one of my favorites. So anyway, I mean, when I mean it's stupid, I mean like men can go buy pants and it's it's so easy. It's like, here, let's measure your waist and let's measure your inseam, and then you plug it into the pair of pants that you want to buy, and oh my gosh, you're taken care of. More than likely, your clothes are going to fit you. Mostly. Now, obviously it's not always, and it's not like specific and exactly. Yeah, well, you can custom it. You can customize where you want it to sit. Like you can do a hip measurement so you know where you want it to lay, and then you do the inseam to follow, and then you can do the waist measurement, and how, depending on how you want to wear your pants, right? And better yet, the bonus if you're a dude is you have pockets. Like, okay, thanks. That's a great feature. It would be very nice to have functional, well-fitting pants. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But if I want to buy like a more, a stylish type of more comfortable kind of pants, what? Oh thing censored. My auto thing censored. It said you used the word ugly. How do I turn that off? Oh no, it's doing it again. Oh my god, the word ugly is bullying. What? It said I don't know how to fix this. It said my husband always is comfortable in his clothes. I rarely am unless they're ugly house clothes. It's true. Like, I don't know how to turn it off. Yesterday I wasn't getting alerts when people were following, so it felt like I was being just this selfish bitch and just be like, oh no thank you, fuck you for following, basically. Like, and now I just feel even worse about it. No, it's true. Like, the clothes are not, they can be, it's like you can either be comfortable and be functional or pretty, and you shouldn't have to pick. Like, oh, yeah, I don't use TikTok, so I don't know how to help you on that. I'm not planning on using TikTok either. But I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Obviously you are bullying in my chat because you used the word ugly. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I'm not trying to censor your chat for using the word ugly. That's terrible. Holy smokes. I gotta figure that out because I don't want you to get in trouble. Yikes. That's terrible. Okay, so no, but it's silly because what do? Do you give up? Like, I just give up the attractiveness because it's not, because I need to have function and comfort. Like, I need it to be comfortable, and I have to have it to be comfortable, and it's not. It's just not, and it's unfortunate. I know that there probably are things I'm maybe missing, and there's stuff out there that maybe there are clothes that I can find that are more comfortable and functional. Yes, it's loungewear. That's exactly right. But I'm always in t-shirts, and I just find t-shirts that have, like, they're silly or something. Not silly, but just not. But I don't know. It's like, oh, okay. That's perfectly normal and fine to be this old lady that wears t-shirts and comfortable. Oh my God. It just modded that you used the word bra. What is going on? Are you serious? What kind of moderation is this? I said allow. What the heck? I'm going to go click on here and I'm going to allow you to use. You can say the word ugly all you want. Holy smokes. I'm going to hit allow. I don't understand why it's modding this. This is ridiculous. This is so stupid. I don't have it set up to ban certain words because I didn't. Yeah, now it posted those comments. Oh my gosh. I guess I have to hit allow as it's happening. Oh gosh. All right, cool. I'm so glad that it's telling you not to use the word ugly. Listen, you can absolutely use the word ugly without using it mean towards a person. So, thanks Twitch for being super hardcore. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's awkward. I'm gonna have to figure out. It's an adjective. That's right. It's an adjective. It is actually a valid adjective as long as you're not using it towards a person. And even then, I guess it's an opinion. I mean, that could be mean, but I guess if you realize someone's mean, then the trash takes itself out if they, well, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that because I have a rapidly growing child that is adult large male clothing is being outgrown in real time, actually in real time. And so I got to the point where I was like, well, we got to measure an inseam and we got to measure a waist um, to find what fits you. And that's a luxury, I guess, that you find in male clothing for men, technically, or not technically, that's the wrong word, of what uh, historically has been considered, dockers and cargo pants and all that other shit. I don't know. But it also made me think about it because I bought myself some new pants because I wanted to buy sweatpants, but I didn't want to buy sweatpants because I don't want to like be in sweatpants all the time, but it's getting colder. So I needed some warmer pants. So I went to go try and buy what looked like might be sweatpants, but warmer pants. And I ordered smalls. Yeah, I want to be cute and comfortable too. I guess I just get to be comfortable. But I I ordered these new pants and I ordered small and it was like they don't fit. Like they have a drawstring and I need to use it because they're too big around the waist and they're not big around the seat area. They're not big enough and then they're too long. And I was just thinking about how, wow, that would be really cool if you actually had, I don't know, inseams and waists that you could measure and plug those in, or women's clothes, or if there was something like that for that. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. That's probably what it is. I'm just not looking in the right spot. So because I'm not looking in the right spot, I don't know, maybe these things already exist. I don't. I like wide leg pants, and I like I don't mind wearing it off, hip on the hip because I don't really like to wear it on my waist. It's not very comfortable for me. I don't like the constriction. So I don't know. It would be nice if those options existed like they exist when you're. I wouldn't even really mind buying them for dudes but wearing it myself. I don't really care, but it doesn't seem to fit the same. And I think that maybe that's just how they do their averages and their standards for clothing. Having purchased patterns and having drafted patterns for sewing clothes, there's averages, and I've just, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with that. But it would be nice if there was different options available. That would be awesome. Other options available for people to be able to do more than just buy what was average. Yeah, it's true. I think I think everybody in the lifetime can go through body changes. Um, and so it's not just, you think like, oh, it's going to be done when I'm an adult. I'm done growing. Surprise, you're not. It could change. And then you need to find new stuff to wear. And then, I don't know, maybe it's just an untapped market. I know for a while I know for a long time, yeah, hormones. Yeah, that's really bad. I had a really bad migraine yesterday that started to set in, and it came with like waves of nausea. And when the migraines get so bad like that, it was making me feel like I was just going to throw up at the same time. So with the really big migraines that hit, and then I was just like, oh, I'm sitting on stream here, and my brain is slowly melting down. And that was yesterday, and I was like, oi. It happens, and you just gotta go through it. It's okay though. It's better today, but I just couldn't sleep last night. It was after 4 a.m. and I think I finally crashed. So good times. Hormones are fun. And it's not just a thing that I deal with. I know a lot of other people deal with it. And I know it happens at all ages and stages in our lives to everybody. So it's just, you gotta just roll with it. So I changed the background picture to one of the pictures that I got when I went outside today. I went out earlier while the sun was still out and took some pictures of our maple trees that turned bright red and orange, like lit, like just in the past couple of days. It just boom, and it's really hard to capture from inside the house. So I went outside. Yeah, I took that. I posted a couple of different pictures on my not on my public Instagram, where I don't post a lot of personal pictures. I don't post pictures of the kids and stuff on that Instagram, but I post like my art pictures and my photography on there. So this is new for us because we lived in Florida for so long. So the leaf changing is really a big new thing for us, and I really like the seasons. I was talking about that yesterday. I like the seasons. Fall's very nice, but I do not like winter. I like winter only for the fact that it makes me appreciate spring all that much more. And that's the best part. That's the part that I like the best about winter, is that I appreciate spring more when that comes. So that's the best part. And snow is really pretty, and there's a really beautiful silence when the snow falls, and I really enjoy that. That's very fun to it's a special kind of silence that you don't really see in any other kind. It kind of reminds me of how sometimes it's really silent before a hurricane would hit, but the snow is really silent, like when you're outside, because everything just is, the wildlife is just not, they're not active, obviously. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say, but it's just one of those things that you don't think about. So it's nice to walk out in the snow and then you hear the crunch, crunch, crunch. Last winter was not short. I need short winters if we're going to have winter. I'm already missing spring, and it's not even winter yet, but it's supposed to get really cold. It was a really big storm here last night, and so it rained a lot, and there was like up to 60-mile-an-hour gusts of wind, which is so weird to think about. It's like, hello, I'm in Delaware. Where did this wind come from? Yeah. What is only during Christmas? The snow is only nice during Christmas? It's weird here because it doesn't start to snow then. Yeah. It doesn't snow around Christmas here. It snows like after, in like January, in like February sometimes here, at least last year. It would be nice if it actually snowed on Christmas, just Christmas, like before and after. Oh no, don't worry about it. I just didn't know what you were referring to. I had to set a delay because I think the internet was having issues because I'm on Wi-Fi upstairs in my private office. I'm in Wi-Fi, so it's not. It's fine. You're not crap at typing. I just didn't know it was a non-specific pronoun, so that's okay. I appreciate that you came and hung out. That's nice. And thank you. I'm so mad I have this page open and it's giving me alerts when other people are going live on Twitch, but it didn't give me alerts on when someone followed me. It feels so shitty. It actually just feels so shitty. Twitch is like, hey, here, look. It's, look, someone that you follow just went live, but let's not tell you about people that just followed you so you can thank them, so you can look like a bitch. That's cool. So, yeah, that's fun. Super fun. But that's fine. I think I fixed it where I will see now. It should put an alert now. It didn't tell you that I went live. Isn't that fun? It's so good at communicating. Well, I'm glad that you just happened to click on it because I was sitting here awkwardly talking to myself and I was about to shut it all down because I didn't really have anything planned to talk about. I set it up so hopefully, I set it up so that hopefully I get alerts. I set it up so I'm hoping that it works. I won't know until I'm actually live and I get a follow. So then I will know, I guess, if I get a follow while I'm live. So I tried. I could test it, but I don't really know how to test it. It's so weird. This is fine. Twitch doesn't ever give me notifications. It will only give me notifications if I'm actually in the app. Like right now, I was getting notifications. It's weird because I used to use Twitch a lot, but I really wasn't kind of promoting anything. I was doing a lot of mechanically difficult things in WoW, in World of Warcraft. And in order to see my gameplay, I was recording it so that I could watch it back and figure out what I was doing that I needed to improve upon, because there was these different challenge mode things to do for different classes. Back in the Legion expansion, they had the Mage Tower, and for each class and each spec in each class, there was a challenge mode that you could do, and you could unlock a skin for weapons. And so I started with my main character first, and then I branched out. It was, I did my druid first. That's my main. I've been playing a druid for 20 years. And so I did the druid first, and then I branched out and I did all the healer specs next. So I did priest because I've been playing a priest for 20 years too. And then I did shaman, and then I did monk. I think those were, and paladin. And then I went and branched out on the main characters. Like in those, I did the sub-specs of them for tanking, and then I did the sub-specs for DPS, and then I branched out. So eventually I did all the classes except for the warrior and the DK and the demon hunter, just because I ran out of time. So I ended up doing all the rest of them, but it's difficult for me, and sometimes things take a little longer for me to do. So I was recording my gameplay and then watching it so that then I could improve where I needed to improve. And so I was using Twitch then to kind of give myself that, what I could look at that and figure out what I was doing. So I could just improve upon myself that way. We do a lot of competitive PvP. And it is competitive against other people, but oh yeah, it's the new classic is out. Yeah, I have friends that play that classic, so it's not for me. I did classic back when it was classic, back when it was the game. That was just it, and I don't have any desire. I didn't have any desire to do it again, but it's cool that I think that's really cool that it's available for people that want to do it, though. You know what I mean? I think that's great. It's not for me though. There's just, I mean, yeah, it's just not for me. I'm not nostalgic about it at all. Like when on BlizzCon, when they announced the first classic that they would have, yeah, it's launching today. Yeah, a friend of mine already told me. I said, oh, hey, I had a streamer. Yeah. I said, hey, I had a streamer, my stream thing told me that I had someone from New Zealand watching my stream, and it wasn't you. And he's like, yeah, like one of my oldest, bestest friends. And he's like, nope, maybe sometimes it's different because of time zones and stuff, but he's off playing classic right now. I could message him and be a shit and poke him, but I don't think he'd be chatty in chat, which is fine. That's okay. But yeah, no, when they were at BlizzCon that year where they're like, hey, we're going to do classic. And I was like, oh, cool. Was it really everything that I remember? So I installed it. They had a demo if you had a BlizzCon ticket, and I had a virtual BlizzCon ticket. And they had a demo, and so I downloaded the demo, and I literally made my character and played for like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't for very long, and then I was like, that is exactly how I remember it to be. I am done, and I uninstalled it that day. I've tried it a couple of times since then, every once in a while, because now it's free for obviously it's free for everybody, so as long as you have a sub to the main game, then you can also play Classic as well. So it's so that's awesome that if you pay one sub fee, you can play any iteration of the game that they have, be it Classic or be any different kind of Classic they have. Classic, and then they have, Classic all the way up TBC and all of that, That's pretty cool. I never played EverQuest. I didn't play in the WoW beta. But that's actually how we met, is actually in vanilla WoW when we played it originally, like 18 years ago, 19 years ago, we met. We had been playing WoW for a little bit, and we were raiding, and we were in the same raid guild, and that's how we met. I was a healer class leader. He was tank class leader. He was the main tank in the guild. So we raided, and then in TBC, we weren't raiding anymore when the first expansion came out, and there was this new thing called arenas, and I was like, hey, how about we try this new game mode? We can do stuff in the game together, and we don't need a guild to do it, so this could be really cool. So we started doing arena PvP together that way. And so I had to talk him into playing a completely different thing, because he's like a tank, always been a tank. And so I had to talk him into this. Hey, let's try this PvP thing. You have a pocket healer. I'm right here, because I always play healer often, or tank. I play tank if I can't play healer. And so, but now it's really cool because, oh, yeah, I never played. It's Ultima Online, right? I never played that either. WoW was my first MMO. That was actually like the first game that I got into online. The only other game that I really got into before then. That's cool. That's actually really cool. That's cool. Get in the Guinness World Book of Records. That's pretty sweet. The first game I ever really got into was like The Sims 3. I got into that game so hard. I got into 2 first, and then when 3 came out, I was so hardcore into 3. I don't really like playing the game itself, but I really liked building a lot. And I remember that game like absolutely devastating me. I this is so stupid. So I made, everybody does this, right? Like you make your family in the game. But I didn't know that like there's consequences in the game. And I didn't know, like you would have thought like I had never played any Sims game. I didn't know anything. And you would have thought that like basic things might be explained. Like you need to have a refrigerator if you would like to eat. So I didn't have a refrigerator, and social services came and took my kids because there wasn't food in the house. And that game, like, I was like, I don't think I ever want to play this game actually like that again. And side note, I don't think I ever really did. I didn't play it with kids anymore. Because I was just like, what? I mean, yes, I understand that there's consequences. I know that there's consequences to your actions. I understand that. But this is also a game. And so some of these things that you actually have to do in the game, there could have been like a better understanding. You know? I was curious once upon a time about how do you get a ghost in the game. So I did build a room in a house that one time, just to see how do you get a ghost. Like, because there's achievements or something you had to make your sim happy. They wanted to hunt ghosts. And I was like, well, how do you get ghosts in this game? And I still feel bad about that. I closed someone up in a room and I had to like go off screen because I was like, they're crying and peeing in the corner, and this is not a very fun game. This is weird. Yeah, but I got a ghost. I was curious. I would never, obviously, would never do that in real life. Overall, I think that game traumatized me more than I traumatized it, if we're being honest right now. I think 100% it traumatized me more than I traumatized it. I was naturally curious because I was like, well, how do you get a ghost in the game? Do I need a mod for that? Yeah, I mean, I think we all have asshole exes. I mean, I think everybody can relate to that. That's fair. But I never did that again. I was just curious. I was just actually curious. But more than anything, it just let me live out all of my romantic fantasies with other women in The Sims. It was a weird time in my life as far as what it's complicated. It's complicated. I was a single mom and concerned about, custody and all of that. So it allowed me to live the life that I was not able to live in a game. So that was that. Yeah, basically. It's not the same world we live in now, but it was yeah. That's complicated and it sounds weird, but back like 25 years ago, yeah, there were I don't know. There were certain and specific things that you had to follow for custody orders, and I don't know, back in Florida, I was concerned and worried about what might land me in court if it was not allowed, if that makes sense. But mostly I was a single mom and didn't date anyone. I just dated them in video games. Because maybe I don't think I'd be very good at dating in real life. So, yeah, I guess that's super awkward, but whatever. Video games give you the ability and the capacity for doing things that you can't do in real life, and that's good. So I appreciate that is a thing. Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, and that's actually an unfortunate truth for a whole lot of people. So that's it's always makes me really sad. The whole concept of not taking care of your children, and it's upsetting, but it also reminds me of how some people feel like once they're 18, I don't have to take care of them anymore because they're adults then. And it's so, like, that is something I really am not a fan of, that line of thought. Because just because they're adults doesn't mean they don't need their parents or want their parents, depending on the kind of relationship that you have with them in their lives. Don't you hope that they would want, like, aren't they people? Like, you don't have to be friends because you're going to be different. But don't you hope that you're still there for them if they need that support? They don't, just because they're adults doesn't mean that they stop having feelings. So why would you just like cut that off? Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a weird thing for me. Like, just because they're an adult doesn't mean that you stop being their parent. I mean, I would assume that like if they don't want that, it's not. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the kids. But it's unfortunate for the kids if that was going to be something healthy and good. But sometimes it can also be for the best if they decide not to do that, if they don't have anything beneficial or positive to offer. Even though it makes it harder in some ways, it might be better in the long run, if that makes sense. I guess. Because they're not always like the model citizen of what a good parent is either. Because not every parent out there is a good parent. Not every person out there is a good person. So sometimes things just work in a better way. I know very well with mine didn't always have them around. So I understand. So I understand a lot more that I can't really elaborate on right now. I can't publicly elaborate on. But yeah, yep. I'll just leave it at that. I understand. It's sad if they choose not to be a part of their lives. But yeah. But I think, yeah. I don't want to expand on that anymore because I don't want to like make anybody feel bad. I don't like, it sucks. It comes down to like, I wish it would be better for the kids involved. It would be the best possible outcome for the kids involved because they didn't ask to be here. So I think adults should take the responsibility of making sure that they take care of them. And that's all, I guess. I can expand privately, but I will not expand publicly. So I think it should be best for what's best for the kids. But yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. And so people often will ask me like, "Oh, well, you have kids, so you must be like very pro kid." And I'm not actually. I'm very pro choice. I think if people want to have kids, they should have kids. But if you're gonna have kids, you should like make sure that you. Yeah, I am very familiar with that one. I'm very familiar with that one. I can expand. There was quite a lot of slim living for a while, living in that kind of situation, where one just did not. It just did not. He did not, and it was quite a bit in arrears, and it sucks. And it's not even just about that. It's just not even always about the money. But it's also about that the kids that actually deserve to have people that have an active role in their lives. They deserve that love and support. Every single person deserves the love and support. And oftentimes, unfortunately, parents can't do it. It is the most difficult time. It sucks. I have absolutely been there. It feels like it was a lifetime ago. It feels like it was a lifetime ago. So obviously it's not my reality right now. But it was an unfortunate reality at one point. So there was a whole lot of painting. I was making a whole lot of art to get through some of that difficult time. There was a whole lot of stuff to work through with that, because that was a whole big platter of what the fuck, and having to work through a lot of that. So I created a lot of art in that point in my life, so which is kind of hard for me to get inspired to paint now, so much so because often the painting and stuff that I used to do, a lot of it was a catharsis. So I had to be kind of like at this breaking point mentally with so much to deal with, and that's how I would process it, as painting. But oh my god, my nose is itchy. Now there isn't so much trauma to process per se, so I haven't really been inspired to paint, and so it's been a really long time. I was just talking to my daughter about that, and I said, oh my gosh, it's been so long since I painted. And she's like, that's not true. We painted on my birthday last year, and you painted your you painted your star for your Christmas tree. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's painting, but that kind of feels like paint by the numbers sort of painting. And it's not actually something that I created. And I don't know. I can't force it. So if I'm not feeling an inspiration to create something, then I'm not going to create something. I don't know how to explain it any other way. And so I would prefer to be inspired by something positive. So I guess that's why a lot of my photography is taken over, because that's not a catharsis point for me. So that's not something that I've used as a catharsis. It's something I've used more like to capture it. My photography is more like being mindful. That's my meditation and being. It's one of the ways that I can meditate on being mindful is by taking my photos, because I like to look and find little details in things and see them. So I can. It's kind of like zooming in on tiny little thing here or there, and then just appreciating that. So that's good. So that's not really something I have to be inspired by. I just look outside the window and I'm inspired by that. And so if I can grab onto that and feel that, that's great. That's inspiration enough. That's not something that I need to be inspiration for that. So, oh well. That's okay. Eventually I'll be inspired to paint again. Something. I have had a couple of things that I've been inspired by. And so there have been a couple of paintings that I've worked or started in the past, but I haven't in a long time, because they weren't like it wasn't like a trauma thing that I needed to work through or anything like that. So it was so good. Like sculpting pieces and working on pieces like that. But usually I have to be super. Yeah, speaking about insomnia, it sucks. That was me last night. It was literally past 4 a.m. My body was just not. It was so tired. I was so tired. It was like beyond exhausted. But I just could not. My brain would not shut off. I was ready to try almost anything that would have just made me pass out. It was one of the worst nights I can remember in a really long time of having a really hard time falling asleep. So most of the time it'll be like, oh, okay, it's a 4 o'clock night. Okay, that's fine. We'll eventually get to sleep. But last night I couldn't feel that eventually happening. And if you don't even feel that eventually happening, it's like, oh, this is terrible. I couldn't at anything. It was awful. But and then you just are really drained the next day. You know? I know. So but I decided that I was gonna go ahead and push through and turn the stream on anyway, because I need to find that. I need to find a way to refocus and accomplish some of the things that I've set out to accomplish. Yeah, exactly. Once I'm up, I'm up. That's exactly how it is for me. I can't. Mine is, oh, you said you fall asleep fine, and then you're either restless or you wake up too early. Yeah, no, not for me. I cannot fall asleep. And some nights I'm just easily awoke. There's a lot of noises in this house. And some of it I've been adjusting to and getting used to over the past 2 years. So I can sleep through it now where I could not at first. So that's okay. But I get really restless. I will generally wake up when the alarms go off in the house and stuff, but then I just go back to sleep. But then when I get out and I'm awake and I'm up, then I'm awake and then I'm up. And there's nothing. It's not like, oh, you're going to go to sleep early tonight. No. There's literally, I don't think there's any way I could fall asleep before 2 o'clock in the morning. It's just not possible. Unless I'm sick. You know what I mean? Unless I'm sick, there's no way I'm going to sleep before 2 a.m. It's just not possible for me. But I'm usually up by like maybe 10, awake by maybe 10. I might not be out of bed by then, but usually I'm awake by then at the latest. I usually wake up around 8 and then I wake up around 10 after that. But yeah. I mean, we can have a different schedule just because it's work from home, and we can make our own schedule. So it's okay and it works out. And then yeah. But those nights where it's like I'm up to 4, I think it was past 4:30 last night for me. So it's just awful today. Today's been a little slow. But I managed to redo new panel stuff for my page, for the Twitch page. When I was doing the alerts, I'm like, ooh, this is kind of gross. Maybe I can make some graphics real quick, and pulled up my graphic design software and made like panel thingies, so I could actually look like I was doing something. I really need to redo my website and set up my shop for my art stuff so I can get some prints out and up and for sale if anyone wants to buy them. So it's an option, but if I don't do it, then it's not even an option. So yeah, I just have to be more consistent. I have to be more consistent and putting things together. I don't know. So we'll see. It kind of just sitting and chatting is cool. It doesn't keep me motivated for some things though. Don't if I'm sitting here talking and I'm like waiting to see if anybody's gonna show up, like earlier, I'm not really getting other stuff done what I could be getting done. So it's nice to sit and chat, which is cool. But maybe just I have a hard time with the consistency. That's just a me thing, though. I'm just so tired already with the day being so long. Reading grammar lessons out, and history today, and biology lab, and I think I stained my hands with iodine, which is cool. It's all good. Everything is fine. So I'm tired. But yes, consistency is, I'm very consistent at being inconsistent. Just because I just get tired. It's just exhausting. I mean, I don't think it's just a me thing. I don't think it's a you thing. I think it's just a person thing. It's like you have a list of things that you know you need to do just to survive the day. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to add more to this list of things to do? No, I'm just tired. Just leave me alone. Let me just go fall down in the corner like a pile of dirty laundry. Can I be a pile of dirty laundry in the corner? Just forgotten and taking a break and comfortable. Maybe a pile of dirty laundry in the corner would be a comfortable thing to be. But smelly. I don't know. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I guess the analogy is you've just forgotten and you're not thinking about anything else. So I guess that's the analogy. So that's all I meant. That's all I meant by that. Not like I'm like, hey, you know what I would like to be? I would like to be dirty. Just let me be a dirty pile of clothes in the corner. It's not actually where that was. Maybe it's just that unfolded pile of laundry on the bed straight from the dryer. Maybe I would want to be that instead. Nice and hot, comfy, cozy on the bed. That's better, right? I'm weird. And very awkward. No one should ever think they feel awkward. Just come talk to me. You won't be awkward anymore. You will feel A-okay and normal. You will be very normal. In comparison, I will help you feel normal. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, you say weird is good, but I just don't know any other way to be but just me. So if it's weird, it's weird. I can't help it. Yeah, it is what it is. This is fine. Don't worry about a It won't be, but if you repeat it enough times, then you'll start to believe it sometimes. Right? So you're going to play classic then with your husband? Is that what the plan is? Is your gaming plans tonight is to play classic? What other games have you been playing? I'm waiting because it's a delay, so I'm going to wait for your response. And I'm going to be so interesting just sitting here waiting for a response. The only way I can get the only way I can get the stream to like not continually like shut itself down is to like wait and put it on a delay. So it's on a delay now so that I can see what's going on, if that makes sense. What is I've heard of Aska. What is Aska? I should look it up and not waste your time. If you have to go, I should probably go too. You're the only one that came to hang out in chat, so you're special. Well, you were special before that, but just next level of special. I'm looking up Aska. It's okay. I'm looking it up. I have Steam open right now. Oh, Vikings. Huh. I see. We play, there is a Viking game that we play, that we co-op together. It is an RTS game called, oh look, it looks like it's delayed again. Isn't that fantastic? I love it. My internet is awesome. There is a Viking game that we play. It's an RTS called, I'm blanking. You said Valheim, and so then I was like, oh, Valheim is like enshrouded, and then now I lost my train of thought for that other Northgard. It's an RTS. It's a Viking themed RTS, Northgard, and it has a campaign, but you can co-op it. But it's an RTS. It's not a building game like Valheim or anything like that. My nose is so itchy tonight. But I should let you go. If you need to go, you need to prep and have fun and do that. And I'll look at Aska. I don't think I can fit another one of these games in. It's the kind of game that I like too, actually. I like it a lot. That kind of game. Maybe I should set a schedule for stream. But then I feel like I had to be somewhere. And yeah, they always get bored. They always get bored quicker than I do when we're playing games like that. Because I take so long to build. And then I just end up taking so long to build. And then yeah. Yeah, no, go do your thing. We could talk later. Obviously. Yay. I should probably turn this off, though, and get ready to eat. I guess dinner's a thing. Who would have thought dinner's a thing? This is the most awkward stream ever until you showed up, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was fun. And I look forward to it again. You have a good night. No, you. No, you!